in March, if you told me that in a few months afterwards the stock market was going to be back where it was at the start of the year and even higher, I would not believe you at all. I just did not think I would see this anytime soon. Nasdaq composite here is at all-time highs. What the hell? And obviously the S&P 500 there isn't back where it was, but it still made a pretty amazing recovery there. What the hell? But honestly guys, why? This has really been keeping me up at night, I'm going to be honest. Why the hell is the stock market continuing to rise? It's really got me thinking and trying to find an answer here. It's putting some logic to this situation. Because if we're looking at the numbers here and then we translate it over the stock market, there is no logical reason. The stock market is not looking at the current numbers. It's not looking at the current situation. It's being completely irrational. The stock market is pretty much, I would say, priced to perfection here right now. And what I mean by that is the stock market is thinking that the economy is going to be completely back to normal and everything is going to be fine and the rest of this year is going to be absolutely perfect. We're going to be back at record profit margins and everything like that for companies. But this is not the truth. Well, okay, I wouldn't say it's completely not the truth, but I think it's not going to be. Do you think it is? I think the chances of us going to be perfectly back to normal where we were at the start of the year are very slim. But the stock market seems like it's willing to take that bet. It's thinking that it will be completely fine. And once we see these Q2 numbers, we'll see how it is going to play out, see if it really was the case, if these businesses aren't really getting hit at all. But I reckon we will see some pretty bad numbers. It remains to be seen, but why the hell does the stock market continue to go up here? It's like it's just running on hope right now. But I think I may have finally found an answer to that question, why the stock market does continue to go up. And I think it is with inflation and the fear of inflation. Now hold on, before you go and leave your comment in the comment section saying this is ridiculous. No, you're completely wrong. Just hear me out. We'll go through a full analysis in this video here today. And if you really could, please smash the like button. That would greatly help me out. Or, you know, halfway through this video, if you realize, hold on, this guy's actually talking about something here that may be very well the case, please hit the like button. Click subscribe down below the video to continue watching more of my videos and be notified when I upload a new one. Really helps me out, guys. But let's get into it. Now, we kind of have to understand what exactly inflation is and how the fear of inflation is causing the stock market to go up so high. How is this causing investors to just flood their money into assets like the stock market? Well, to put it simply there, the definition of inflation is pretty much a general increase in prices and a fall in the purchasing value of money. Which means that over time, as assets like stocks and houses, they generally increase in price and the value of money or the value of cash goes down over time. So it pretty much means, you know, if assets like stocks and houses, their price continues to go up, that means the value of your cash or the value of your money is worth less and less because it becomes more and more expensive to buy these assets. Now, it also does pretty much happen with everything, right? As the government prints more and more money, then cash obviously becomes worth less and less and less over time, and that means generally the price of everything does increase. Yeah, basically over time with cash, it just gets worth less and less over time. Simple supply and demand, right? As more money is printed, there becomes a greater supply of cash, which means it becomes worth less and less. And this is the one thing that I think big investors, you know, millionaires, billionaires, maybe even hedge funds and things like that, pension funds, are scared of, in my opinion. Because with this whole pandemic situation right now, what have we seen? We have seen federal governments tell federal banks to just continue printing massive amounts of money to get us through this crisis. No, they're printing just boatloads of money here now for new stimulus packages and trying to keep economies afloat. So we are seeing a massive flood or a massive increase in supply of cash into the market right now. And obviously if there's more cash out there, what does that do to the value of cash? Boom. So why is this making the big boys scared, billionaires and everything like that scared? Well, if you are a billionaire and you have a massive pile of cash just sitting around, or you've got a massive amount just sitting in a savings account, transactional account, not really doing much for you, and all of a sudden the government does start introducing more cash, then very quickly, or I guess quickly in terms of speaking with economics, your cash is going to start being worth less and less very quickly, thanks to inflation like we talked about before. So my theory is all these big dogs, they are scared of their cash losing value here. So what are they doing with it? They're just sticking it in assets like, say, real estate or stocks, especially with the stock market here. So their cash doesn't lose value over time, it actually increases in value. And because we've had so much cash just piled into the stock market here, that's why I believe we've just continued to see it going up. Because in big investors, they're scared of keeping their money in cash when the government is just printing out so much free money. If all of this money is being put into stocks, what's that going to do to stock prices? It's obviously going to make them increase big time. And that's my theory. Investors are scared about inflation, so they're chucking it into assets to grow their wealth over time, rather than have it be rapidly decrease if we do see a big spike in inflation here with the government printing so much money. But I guess, hold on, is this really reasonable? Is the government printing all of this money really actually going to cause a massive spike in inflation and all of a sudden, in a year or so, our cash becomes worth half of its value? Well, in my opinion, to be honest, I don't think so. Certainly here, for now, we haven't seen it happen, but I guess with economics, everything is a bit slow, so it may be, say, in a year's time, we might see quite a bit of a spike in inflation. But the spike, I don't think it's going to be as big as everyone thinks it is. And the reason I think this is right, it's going to be pretty heavily offset by the amount of people that have become unemployed, or by the amount of people where their incomes have come down. Because of this, now everyone being on lower incomes, they don't have as much money to spend, so they're not going out there and spending it. So there's no, I guess, real increased demand for any other products technically. So if there's no more increased demand for things like bread, groceries, then the price of those aren't going to go up. Therefore, I don't think we're going to see cash be devalued too much. The negative and the positive kind of balance each other out, if that makes sense. Because if we just have a look at the most recent inflation numbers there, we can see they are pretty much normal. There hasn't really been a big spike at all. With economics, like I said, it does take time for these kind of changes to be truly reflected in our economy or truly be seen. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what it does to inflation there. But like I said, I don't think it will have too big of an impact with that offset. Like I said, we've got a positive and we've also got a negative, kind of balance each other out to just be normal. But these big time investors, it's definitely a thought running through their head, I would say, and they're definitely scared. So they're just putting their money in assets like stocks and real estate just to be safe. And that's why we've seen such a big increase in these prices lately, I would say. Real estate, we've seen a once in 100 year pandemic event, but real estate prices actually went up, so I don't understand it. This would have to be really the only logical reason. We've got big investors like Ray Dalio coming out and saying cash is trash. You know what that puts in the minds of some people? It means, yeah, no, I can't keep my money in cash, I need to put it in safe assets. See, I think this is really the only logical reason that I could find why assets like the stock market continue to go up. This is my thesis here, and I believe this is what we're seeing right now. Whether it does play out to be true, whether inflation is actually going to be quite a big issue in a year's time, we'll wait and see. Like I said, I don't believe so with that whole offset thing, but we'll have to wait and see. So what am I doing here with my money, and what am I doing with stocks? Well, I'm doing the same that I would always normally do and what I would always normally tell you to do. I've got some of my money invested and I've got some sitting on the sideline. Because that way, if stocks do come down, then I can take advantage by putting that cash that I have on the sideline into stocks and get some cheap deals. If stocks continue to go up, then great. I've already got a lot of my money invested and I'll reap some good gains. But yeah guys, obviously all of this is just my opinion and it is the reason why I think stocks continue to climb. If you have any other reasons why you can think of, or if you agree with my theory, if you disagree, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. But that is all I have there for today, guys. As always, if you did enjoy the video, like I said, smash the like button, really helping me out there with the YouTube algorithm. Click this circle here to subscribe and click this or this and it will take you to an awesome playlist or video of mine. That's all I have for today, guys. You have a good one.